Hello there. Welcome to Haman Nature. I am Adam Haman, and that there is Tyrone the Porcupine Hobo. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Adam. Feeling a little devilish today.
You must be a Democrat.
Well, I'm definitely not that, but according to one Tom MacDonald, if you are a Democrat, you might be the devil. What?
Yeah, I don't think he phrased it like the Jeff Foxworthy thing. I think he just came out and said it. The devil is a Democrat.
You might be a devil if you're so what are we talking about? So a while back we did a reaction video to Tom MacDonald music video because all the cool kids are doing reaction videos these days, Adam.
And what are we, if not cool kids, Tyrone?
Well, I gotta tell you, man, we are some cronies for life.
The reactionary youth is what they're calling us.
Right. So I guess we got a lot of views on that one, and like, oh, why not do it again? Because Tom MacDonald just dropped a new music video, and this one is blatantly political. It's called "The Devil Is a Democrat." So, I mean, it's kind of just right there in your face. So, a show like ours, it kind of seems appropriate that we would review this video. So, folks, this one isn't gonna exactly be a true reaction video. I've seen part of the video, so part of it will be a true reaction for me. But Adam's seen the whole thing. In fact, Adam, you wrote a recent newsletter about that. Why don't you tell us about that? Your words of wisdom.
Yeah, somebody shared the video with me. Sort of a MAGA type, basically. And I think that's kind of who Tom was leaning into as his core base. And it's a pretty good song. I was bobbing my head, and he says, lays out a case against all the horrible policies of the Democrats, at least these last 10 or 15 years. And I'm like, yep, you're right. Those are all pretty bad. And, couches it in not only are these policies unartful and misguided, but they're demonic. So the devil is a Democrat. And I thought, okay, nice song. But it left me a little bit hollow. And I was, I'm hoping if this thing, I think it just dropped. So maybe there's going to be more tracks on some upcoming album. And I'd sure love to see one called "The Devil is a Republican," because you could do the exact same sort of thing that he did in the video we're about to play, just attacking, because mostly he's attacking the Democrat policies from a libertarian stance. It's not just a GOP stance. And you could do the exact same thing, obviously, with Republican positions, and I feel like it would have been a more artful song had he done it. So make the volume 2, Tom. And just to be funny, in my article, which you can find at hamannature.com or hamannature.substack.com, Haman. In the article I wrote, which you can find if you subscribe, I just asked Grok, the Elon Musk's LLM AI thingy, to do just that, to take this song and give me some lyrics as if he was had titled it "The Democrat is a Republican." Did a pretty good job. So if you want to read those lyrics, go over there.
Yeah, what was the exact prompt that you put in there?
I gave it a link
in your article. I'm just curious
I gave it a link to the YouTube, and I said, please write lyrics to a song in this style, as if it was titled "The Devil is a Republican." And first go round, it spat out some pretty good lyrics.
Okay. Well, let's watch the first video, and then maybe we'll go back to your article and read some of those grok lyrics.
Probably these days, if we knew how, we could put it into a different AI and have it generate a music video for us. We're a little behind.
I know how. All right, I'll do it.
All right, you do it.
Folks, maybe if you stay to the end past the credit scene, sometimes there's a little bonus.
The Porcupine is known to give us an Easter egg, my friends, and they are delightful. All right, you ready to... I've seen this, obviously, since I wrote an article about it, but you've only seen half or so.
Yeah, no, kind of just so it's not really fresh in my mind. So it'll be
I'm pretty sure all these reaction videos are fake anyway, so you can go ahead and act surprised. Oh my god. Mind blown.
And I have to cry at one part with the tissue.
Of course. So poignant. All right. The Devil is a Democrat by Tom MacDonald.
The propaganda is on every channel. They think we stupid like the truth is just too hard to handle. Put on your camo, it's a culture war and load the ammo. They want Antifa ruling everything like it's Seattle. And they want anyone who's fighting to be dead and canceled. They want rainbows in the classrooms and 15 different bathrooms and white guys that hate black dudes. They want war, they don't want peace. They want fentanyl in our streets. They want borders to be weak. I swear the devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California. Should be in prison. He got horns, but he tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't play that. They say that. They love America. We know it ain't that.
The devil lives in California, Adam. Who could he be talking about?
I mean...
Larry Elder?
It's funny when, for people who see the article I wrote on the Substack site, I had Grok create a couple of images of a devil in both red and blue versions. And it doesn't exactly look like Gavin Newsom, but it doesn't exactly not look like Gavin Newsom.
Wait, where are those pictures?
They don't show up in the emails when they arrive, but if you go to the site, every article has an accompanying thumbnail.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh, so you had Grok create that one. Yeah,
so we'll flash them on the screen here. You can at least see the picture. You can see a little Gavin Newsom in there.
Okay. Well, I guess it's true.
The devil is a Democrat, and we ain't with it, we ain't switching, y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different. They get celebrities to do they talking. They get mansions while they cram us all into apartments. Tell us it's cool to stay in school and then make you retarded. If you ain't liberal, then they treat you like you human garbage. If you speak up, then you a target. They want their voice through an amplifier. Violence and our flag on fire. No voter ID required. They want war, they don't want peace. They want defund the police. They want you surrounded by screens. The devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California. Should be in prison. He got horns, but he tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't play that. They say that. They love America. We know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat. And we ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat. That's a fact.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. It's just cracking me up for some reason.
It's catchy.
Democrat.
It's catchy. For those of you who are only listening and not watching this video, it's very patriotic. He is standing in front of an enormous American flag, which is sort of discolored to the red, demonically, and also. And he's just alone in this big cavernous warehouse, except for a white Lamborghini.
Right.
Now, is he mad at Lamborghini? Or did they pay him to put it in or is he mad at them?
I think that's a gangster rap thing. Like, look at my Lambo. Yeah, so far, look, now I'm going to get crapped on for this, but I really like a lot of Tom MacDonald's stuff. This one just isn't doing it for me. It kind of seems just too over the top. I mean, I don't know. It's like jump the shark a bit. I don't know. the beat, I don't know. Usually I feel like his stuff's a little bit more original between
this is a little generic.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of.
But on the other hand, I mean, it does work. You recognize the beat and you nod your head because it does sort of work. But I get your criticism that it's a little plain Jane. Yeah. But again, like I like the song. I wouldn't rush out to hear it every 10 minutes. But my biggest complaint is that it's like, yeah, but what about all the evil, horrible things Republicans do?
Yeah, and it lacks a little bit of the nuance. Like I really appreciate some of the lyrics in a lot of his songs are a bit more personal or have a little bit more nuance to them.
Sure. Yeah.
This one's just like he's just
What do you mean?
listing a bunch of stuff that Democrat policies are. Okay.
What do you mean there's no nuance? The devil is a Democrat.
Right.
You don't think that's a nuanced statement?
I don't think it's a nuanced statement. Dude. All right, and let's continue.
It's the truth. Look how bad that it gets when it's blue. The devil is a Democrat. That's a rap. It ain't news. And the way they treat America is proof. I swear the devil lives in California, $100 bills. He knows everyone in Hollywood and parties in the hills. Give you everything you ever wanted, plus a couple mil for your soul and your vote. It's a deal. Cause the devil is a Democrat, and we don't play that. They say that they love America, we know it ain't that. Cause the devil is a Democrat, and we ain't with it, we ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat, and we don't play that. They say that they love America, we know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat, and we ain't with it, we ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat.
Filmed by Nova.
He member of the Green Party, isn't he? Tom MacDonald?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a pretty hardcore Republican these days. We're gonna.
Did he wasn't at the inauguration or the convention or anything like that, was he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Hulk Hogan was.
Yeah.
I'll give Tom MacDonald his due. Like, from my libertarian perspective, even for the last 10 or 15 years, maybe more, about then, the Democrats have been worse, from my perspective, than the Republicans. I think that's a pretty easy case to make. You know, they went so insane with Russiagate and COVID and all this woke insanity. That might be the worst of all. But again, I'm not a fan of right-wing authoritarianism either. I'm a libertarian. So just because I think the Democrats are a little bit worse, that doesn't mean I'm going to jump from the authoritarian frying pan into the authoritarian fire. You know, maybe I'll vote one way or another depending on, you know, something strategic. But as far as what I'm after, what I would sing about were I an artist, it's not going to be like down with Democrats, yay Republicans, to hell with that. It's going to be, no, I want freedom. I'm sick of all of this crap. I don't care what flavor it is. I don't want your tyranny.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, here's another example of someone who's fallen for the tribalistic arguments, you know.
Yeah.
The good guys, there's good guys and there are bad guys. You know, there's the right and the left. And somehow, if one's evil, the other's good by default. Or, you know,
you could, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I mean, if we were cynical, like one of our listeners responded to that email, wrote back and said, you know, it's funny that he's so hardcore MAGA or whatever because he's a Canadian. And I didn't look in to verify it, but if that's true, that's hilarious. And it makes you think, is he just picking a side and then mining for clicks by, you know, cheering for his team and antagonizing their opponents?
No, he was born in Canada. Is an American citizen.
Oh, okay. So he's an American citizen now.
Still,
no, where's my...
In one of his most recent videos, the one where he has sort of like these superpowers in the video. Have you seen that one? He like rips on people who rip on him from being Canada because he's so pro-America, and he like says, you know, screw you guys. What have you done? I've given money to the veterans, and I love this country, and I'm more of American than you'll ever be. Type of thing. So.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, he's not American, but what's that?
Is that how it works? You give money to the veterans and you become more American?
I don't know. But that's what he said in the video, right? It's like he's trying to prove like how much he loves America and stuff like that. So yeah, he's very quote unquote pro America, and to him, I think, you know, he went full MAGA and got on that train. And unfortunately, I think, you know, it does blind him, as it does a lot of people, you know, especially. But he's very young. Maybe he'll
young.
Come around to learning some things that you and I take for truth. That's hard to get that knowledge, because it's just not out there in the mass media.
And we're hardwired to be very tribal. So if you do see just how awful the Democrats are,
right,
it's in our nature to just seek what is the political opposite of that and say, well, this is my team, then just get the hell with those guys.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, and I like you for a long, long time was always like, well, the Democrats are worse than the Republicans. If quote unquote I was going to take a side again, I'm libertarian. I don't like either one. But when the neocons sort of took over the Republican Party in the early 80s with Reagan, I still didn't quite get what that meant or how that was really going to affect the world in negative ways that I think is finally coming home to roost now after all these decades. And especially sort of being topped off, highlighted by what's going on in Gaza now. Just it's made me so sick of that side and anybody that supports that. It's getting hard for me to I don't know, not hate the Republicans more than the Democrats these days. So
this is going to seem like a little bit of a tangent, but as you were talking, I remarked just how tragic and easy it is for the conservative base to get corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Like early in the 20th century, the right was a lot more libertarian. They were more anti-war, much more than they are now. I mean, the Trump phenomenon and the Tucker changing his mind, Tucker Carlson, that's a new phenomenon. But like early, the right was against all these wars, and they were also against enormous government programs.
Right.
But then fast forward to the 80s and 90s when the neocons invaded, they become pro-war and also take your hands off of my Social Security and Medicare. Remember the people in the Tea Party, the 2010-ish response to the TARP bailouts of Obama and whatnot is, get your government hands off of my Social Security and Medicare. And it just goes to show that if you don't have firm convictions, you can get co-opted by all sorts of silly things that make you cheer the evils of government. And so back to Tom MacDonald, just because you hate what this one side is doing, don't look behind you. Guess what?
Yeah.
They're really bad too.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting sick and tired of having my heart broken or my hopes dashed because during the campaign last year when there are artists like Tom MacDonald coming out like, yeah, screw the screw the left and those people that want to just take over our whole lives, and we're gonna rise up as in a populist movement and sort of overthrow the system. And then to see them sort of get co-opted by the system is just sort of heartbreaking a little bit. And I mean,
just a little,
to kind of prove my point, nothing says more gangsta than Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, foreshadowing the next video we're going to play. I haven't seen this one. I saw just like a second or two on Twitter when it came out. But you seem so black-pilled. Before we play it, I want to give you a reframe that might make you feel better. Yes, all these people are getting co-opted back into the arms of government, so to speak. But I picture the mass of people that support government without kind of knowing, why, just reflexively, kind of like this big iceberg or glacier. And during COVID, you had a whole bunch of people from all sorts of different unexpected quarters calving off of that statism because they were horrified by what they saw, the government overreach, closing the schools, demanding, violating principles of bodily autonomy with vaccines and masks and all this other nonsense. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing and how the FBI and the deep state treated Trump calved off a whole bunch of right-wingers from statism because they saw, oh my goodness, my reflexive desire for law and order has got me supporting these people that don't respect me at all. red flag gun laws. You know, if you support the Second Amendment and you love cops, it's going to put a splinter in your mind when you realize that it's going to be the cops that come and issue these orders to take away your guns on the most spurious of false reasons. And so be of good cheer that even though these people are confused and the ice may harden again, the seeds have been planted in a lot of people's minds to not just reflexively think that the government's going to take care of a lot of people's pet issues. And I think as our republic turned empire starts to get worse and worse and more chaotic, give us citizens more upheaval, more and more people are going to come to see the truth of that, I think.
I really hope so, and it would be great if Tom MacDonald came around at one point to see that both sides are the same. They're two sides of the same coin. They're both rotten to the core. You know, whatever metaphor you want to use.
And I think he was largely, again, you're more of a fan than I am, but I think he was really triggered by all that woke identitarian crap.
Oh, yeah.
He hates that anti-racism because it's racist. I think he sings about that a lot. And I think that's why he's attracted to guys like Shapiro, because they were good on that, right? For a while.
He rebelled against something that truly is wrong. Right. And so he's running in the opposite ideological direction. And who's there with open arms waiting to receive him and give him a big bear hug? It's Zionist neocon, Mr. Gangster Rap himself, Ben Shapiro.
All right. Hold on to something sturdy, folks. I'm going to press play on something that I assume is going to turn your stomach. Let's see.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you.
I mean, I like the song up to this point. But I mean, then here's little Benny Shapiro. I can't take this seriously.
Little Benny Shapiro in a massively oversized hoodie that I'm fairly confident is still sized small.
Oh, my God.
I mean, Maj Touré, you know his number, right? I mean, you could have done anything here. Why did it have to be this guy?
Yeah, but here's again a case where, like, I'm agreeing with all the lyrics he's saying.
Sure.
Like, yeah, I'm down with that. And then the conclusion is, I got to become a neocon? No, what?
Or it's I'm totally against identitarianism of all kinds, except
when it comes to one little faction in the political world. All right.
Well, I was just getting my groove on. Let's
see what Ben has to contribute in this.
Oh, he raps?
No one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself, what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns.
Did he really just say, ask what would Ben do?
What would Ben do?
Oh, my breakfast. Okay.
I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like this, so my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1.
This ain't rap. This ain't money, cars and clothes.
Okay. You listen to a little bit more of this style of music than I do, Mr. Porcupine. How would you evaluate MC Shapiro?
Oh my God, so bad. I mean, just a little nerd.
It was all post-production
I got my
too,
charts
right?
and graphs.
Right, but I think somebody had to like synthesize that a little bit? I thought I heard the
auto-tune thing.
Something. Somebody made it a little more rappy than. All right.
Well, I don't know. We don't have to watch the rest of this one unless you want to see it.
I kind of do.
All right, let's go for it.
I'm hooked.
We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you
WWDD.
well, I'ma beat
Get your bumper stickers.
You sad, you sad, you sad. You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You
I
can
like Ben's Facts shirt. He kind of like those old Dare, like get off.
Yeah, it looks just like there. Yeah.
I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you.
Hey, I got a fact for Ben, rapper MC Benny.
MC Shaps and stuff.
Tens of thousands of children have died in Gaza. I'm not laughing about that. That's a fact.
Well, yes. I'm not going to dive into that rat's nest at the moment, but yeah, I just to reiterate the theme here, I like this man as an artist. I think a handful of things I've seen are pretty good. But please, please, please keep thinking, just because you've noticed that Democrat policies are horrendous and, yes, indeed, satanic, don't dive into the arms of big government Republicans. That's not better.
Yeah. Step one, I think everybody goes this intellectual journey unless they're people more like myself or even you that kind of grew up in a way libertarian. As I've said, I was raised by a libertarian father. So I
went through this exact thing.
Okay. So I've had my views since childhood. So it's hard for me to understand how other people have to go through their journey to get to libertarianism or
everybody does.
Or the proper way, but
I've said it before.
You always start by identifying something you're against first.
Sure.
I think so.
Sure. Yeah, I was reflexively Democrat just because it was in the ether. Realized that the government doesn't have any money or resources unless it steals it first. Immediately said, okay, I'm a Republican. Listened to a couple of months of, what's his freaking name? Ditto head. Rush Limbaugh. And that was it. I obviously wasn't that. And then I read an Ayn Rand novel and off to the races.
Okay. All right. So, Adam, I feel like there was a bit of a distinction pre-election Tom MacDonald to post-election Tom MacDonald. I feel like he's going in a little bit of a neocon direction post-election, which I'm worried about. Keep criticizing the left, Tom, and you are a talented artist. Totally love all your stuff, your variety of rap and country and pop and all the other stuff you do. But Adam, since you hadn't seen this other video of his, now this one was done prior to the election. It was about getting rid of Joe Biden, right? And this one isn't a rap song per se, but it's a super cool, catchy little tune. It's one of my favorites, and I think you'll really enjoy this one. So why don't we play Tom MacDonald's "Goodbye Joe"?
I'm excited. A true reaction video. I have not seen this.
This is one of those where the tune will stick in your head.
America is going woke. The streets are full of fire and smoke. This ain't the way I thought it would be. The White House full of evil folks. Americans ain't free no more. They don't respect folks like you and me. The way we're treated ain't been fair. Fake news on every TV. 4 years we've been in this nightmare while they killed American dreams. We can't afford our lives here. Rent, food, and gasoline. These colors don't run and I only warn you once. Buddy, don't tread on me. I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. No, no, no. If liberty and justice ain't enough to believe in, then get out of here and don't look back. Go, go, go. We love our home, and if you don't, pack your bags, you're free to go. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Wave goodbye to Joe. We love our land. If you ain't fans, buddy will help you pack your bags. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Burn someone else's flag.
America is losing hope, divided by the way we vote. This ain't the way that this all should be.
I was wondering if that was just a eye candy prop or whether that lady was going to sing. Very nice. Also, I'm a sucker for a song that includes whistling. Well done, Tom.
I say no. That's Nova. Nova
That's
Rockefeller,
Nova.
his
Okay.
girlfriend. She does all the videos, of course, but she does her own pop music too.
All right. Very nice.
We're fighting over memes and jokes. They're burning flags that we hold close. They think that war's only overseas. The way we're painted ain't been fair. So what? You don't know me. You got something to say? Well, I'm right here. Thank God for the freedom of speech. You like to claim I don't care, 'cause I ain't gonna bend no knees.
These colors don't run and I only warn you once. Buddy, don't tread on me. I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. No, no, no. If liberty and justice ain't enough to believe in, then get out of here and don't look back. Go, go, go.
I think this is a catchy song too, Tyrone.
Yeah,
But
but
you can't help. This guy's in his old-timey Chevy, living on the farm, talking
Yep.
about liberty and justice and freedom. And if you don't like, these values, then you really should get the heck out of here and don't tread on me. And the people that died for our freedoms, don't spit on them, respect them. All that stuff would go down a whole lot easier if it wasn't for decades of foreign imperial interventionism.
Right.
We are not defending our freedoms in the Middle East.
Right.
Never have been. Same with Latin America. Same with every other place that we overthrow dictators and install our own people for crony reasons, playing an enormous real-size version of Risk like psychopathic megalomaniacs.
Yep.
And you can't just say, hey, we're just down-home folks and truth and freedom and my values, and just leave unaddressed all of that stuff. It doesn't ring true.
you and I, as anarcho-capitalists, might say patriotism is kind of not a good thing because we don't want there to be countries to be patriotic too, for example. At the same time, patriotism is a respectable virtue. I think there's a lot of
I don't
good
have a
things
problem
to
with
it.
I don't have a problem with patriotism. If there were no nation states, I would still feel something for my patch of land,
Sure.
greater than I would some other one.
Yeah.
Liking your culture, liking your neighbors, that's a perfectly natural thing.
The point I want to make was that I feel like people on the right, unfortunately, are very susceptible to this. They're highly patriotic, which is great. And what's the symbol of patriotism? It's the soldier, right?
Yeah.
So because that's the symbol of patriotism, it's almost they have to ideologically love the military and everything it does, right? Now, that's not always true, and that's not certainly not the you can't generalize and say that. And I would say that fortunately, the right is waking up to this nonsense, like you were saying, all the foreign intervention. So yeah, you can be patriotic about, like you said, the land you live on, but when you're fighting in other people's lands, man, it's hard. Like it's unfortunate that they can't separate the two.
Yeah, all those people fighting for your freedom in Fallujah?
Right.
Yeah, but the reason I bring it up is because it breaks my heart, because I love this message.
Yeah.
You know, everything about this wholesome thing I just love, except our hands just aren't clean. And that's
right,
both left and right politically in this country.
Right.
Let's finish this off.
We love our home, and if you don't, pack your bags, you're free to go. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Wave goodbye to Joe. We love our land. If you ain't fans, buddy will help you pack your bags. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Burn someone else's flag. If you look close, you'll see America. She don't look quite like she did. This ain't the country that our parents love, but I still hear her on the wind. We love our home, and if you don't, pack your bags, you're free to go. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Wave goodbye to Joe. We love our land. If you ain't fans, buddy will help you pack your bags. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord split you. Burn someone else's flag.
All right. So yeah, it's the old tired, trotted out line. If you don't like it, you can leave.
You know,
other than that, you know, I really like that song. It's catchy. It was pre-election. You know, it was like, get rid of Joe Biden, 100%.
I'm all
and
about
like
that.
you said, he's got a lot of messages. He's on the right path. But dude, you gotta find libertarianism. Both the Republicans and Democrats are bad. They're both bad, man.
You know, you said earlier in our national zeitgeist, the image of a patriot is a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just a sign of having a sick country. Like it could have been Ron Paul, right? He could be the emblematic picture of a patriot, or even like a construction worker.
Right.
Like, weren't you proud of your country when we were building, you know, the Empire State Building or something?
Right.
Or just a businessman or an inventor like Elon Musk, you know, the people who genuinely add value to, quote, our peoples, whatever the heck that means.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad if it's a politician. It's probably worse if it's a soldier. That means something went really wrong, right?
Yeah, maybe. All right, well, I can't wait to see the hate comments on this one.
Who would hate a lovable bunch of oldsters like us?
Oh, yeah.
All
right,
right,
well,
Tyrone.
that was fun.
Yep, this was a good idea. Thank you for presenting those videos and bringing those up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and subscribe, do all the things. Visit my Substack, where you can catch these articles for free, and you can sign up to be a paid subscriber if you don't hate what we do. That's HamanNature.com, Haman, or HamanNature.substack.com. Same thing. Thanks again, Tyrone. We will catch you all next time on Haman Nature.
The war drums beat on every channel. They think we're blind like the truth's too much to handle. They lock you up for a plant, call it justice. While their cronies cash in, private prisons busting. They wave the flag for endless wars. Send your kids to die on foreign shores. While their buddies in the Pentagon score defense contracts, they want more. They want cameras in your bedroom, tracking every move you make. They want freedom in a cage, call it safety for the state's sake. They want war, they don't want peace. They want drones in our streets. They want your life on a leash. Liberty's what they defeat. I swear the devil lives in Washington, he's a politician. He's passing laws that crush your rights for patriotic fiction. Yeah, the devil lives in Washington, should be in prison. He's got horns, but he hides them with the crown. cross and a mission. Cause the devil is a Republican and we don't buy that. They say they love your liberty, we know it ain't that. The devil is a Republican and we ain't with it. We ain't dealing, y'all are scheming, freedom's how we're living, dog. They bust your door for a joint, call it law, while the donors get rich, that's the score. Big farmers, pills, get a pass. But your herbs a crime, they lock you fast. They want boots in every nation, bombing dreams for domination, while their corporate friends vacation, sipping wealth from exploitation. They want eyes on every phone, every text, you're never alone. They want power carved in stone, while your rights are overthrown. They want war, they don't want peace. They want cages not released. They want freedom on a leash. Liberty's their enemy. I swear the devil lives in Washington, he's a politician. He's passing laws that crush your rights of patriotic fiction. Yeah, the devil lives in Washington, should be in prison. He's got horns, but he hides them with a cross and a mission. Cause the devil is a Republican and we don't buy that. They say they love your liberty, we know it ain't that. The devil is a Republican and we ain't with it. We ain't dealing, y'all are scheming, freedom's how we're living, dog. The devil is a Republican, that's the truth, that's a fact. They lock you up for weed while their cronies got your back. The devil is a Republican, it's a rap, it ain't new. They sell your freedom cheap, that's the proof. I swear the devil lives in Washington, $1 million deals. He's got buddies in the boardrooms, power's all he feels. Gives you promises of safety, just sign away your will. For your soul and your vote, it's a deal. Cause the devil is a Republican and we don't buy that. They say they love your liberty, we know it ain't that. The devil is a Republican and we ain't with it. We ain't kneeling, y'all are scheming, freedom's how we're living.